Evening, guys. A good 4-2 win tonight against Bearsted. Corley, how did you see the game unfolding?
Ultimately, really pleased with the end result. I thought we started the game really well. The first 25 minutes we were on top and could have potentially had a few more goals. I thought Dean Grant and Jack Nelson was causing all sorts of trouble to their back two. And they left us a little bit isolated at times, out of possession. So they done really well as a front two tonight. And after that 25 minutes, we kind of a little bit of a lapse of concentration down the left-hand side, and we conceded a soft goal, and then they were on top. I thought they were really good for 10-15 minutes tonight, Bearsted, and you got to give them a lot of credit. We was a little bit wobbled after that first goal, and then they probably got a goal that they deserved after Dan made a few decent saves from set pieces. But the reaction in the second half was phenomenal. It really was, and I thought that we were really on the front foot and was winning a lot more duels around the pitch, and especially in midfield areas we struggled slightly in the first half. That we picked up a lot of second balls, and it gave us a little bit of impetus to then drive forward and play in the final third. And as I say, I thought that was a real good 75 minutes. I thought it was an outstanding display tonight, and really pleased that the fans have gone home with something to smile about.
Yeah, Matt, we started off tonight with a 4-3-3, which we didn't start on Saturday with that formation. What was the thinking behind that?
We actually didn't. We started with
I thought we started on 3-5-2 on Saturday.
Lopsided.
We played the same shape tonight that we played in the first half on Saturday.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. So
can you edit that?
I don't have to. Yeah.
So, I know that.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. Obviously, you might have been watching a slightly different game to us. But,
it was a win.
Yeah. But no, like I say, I thought the shape in the first half was really good on the right hand side. On the left hand side, we didn't quite get it right. And that's what causes the problems. And to be fair to James Bessie Saldana, he's a good player. But he caused Jalen and Finn some problems. But like I say, I think that was just a little bit of cohesion in terms of they haven't played together much this season, because obviously Macca's played there and Finn's played on the other side and had a really good season, but it wasn't quite where he's been in terms of performance level tonight. But at half-time, managed to get some information into those two, and I thought they were a lot better in the second half. I thought Ricardo and Theo down the right-hand side were fantastic in terms of getting the shape right, and it didn't really get any crosses in, I don't believe, from that sort of side of the pitch necessarily. And like Jamie said, second half, once we brought Shafes in there, a little bit more experience, I thought Brad Wallage was outstanding in terms of in possession, but there's just some stuff for us to add to his game out of possession, which is, again, like I said, without why he's here, so that he can learn that side of the game. And if we did that with Finn Cotton, I thought Finn Cotton was outstanding again tonight for a 4-4-5th game in a row now, and a lot of his work is out of possession, which is not something you would have said last season. So he's a young player, Brad, and he's got a lot of learning to do, but he's a great talent. Obviously, got 2 goals in 3 or 4 games for us. So, but I thought the front two in the first half and the second half was so difficult to play against on a blustery night like tonight. They caused them all sorts of problems throughout the night. And I thought in terms of shots on target, entries to the penalty area, balls in the box, corner count, I thought we were a better team. But you have to give credit to them. They're a decent side, and that's a very good result for us at home. Just think that we need to manage our emotions better in periods that are not going our way, and I think that's where we lack still maybe 1 or 2 experienced players. You're missing Jav tonight, you're missing Macca who's a captain. Perhaps that moment probably doesn't happen maybe if Macca's on the pitch, is a little bit more experienced, but that's where the young players are still learning. So I think that's a little bit where we can do better, but overall I thought we were very good.
Yeah, just following on from what Matt said there, Corley, about we conceded a goal from a bit of a mistake, and it changed our mood as a team. And then we're on the back foot, conditions are against us. How are we going to get through that kind of situation?
I think it's tough as a player when you're so comfortable and you're on top. It was 2-0 up at that point. It rocked us a little bit too much, and you've got to give them credit. I know we're talking about our emotions, but I thought for 15 minutes they were unplayable at times today. I thought they played some really good football. They obviously isolated our left-hand side. They've obviously watched us and maybe see that as a potential weakness today. And they were doubling up in wide areas, and it caused us trouble. It really did. And they've scored 2 decent goals. And I said to the boys at half-time, you don't forget the important saves that Dan Coleman's made tonight as well. He's made 2 or 3 unbelievable saves to keep us in the game at 2-2. And then the second half, we've had a real reaction. I thought Shafe's come on and made us a little bit more secure in midfield in terms of picking up the bits and being on the front foot. And the boys continue. The front two again just cause absolute mayhem in the final third. So, and we could have had and should have had a few more goals, which is a real positive for me. You know, the actual chances that we're creating, and we're a lot more focused at the back, and we reduced them to maybe 1 or 2 shots from target. So it's a really good 3 points tonight. I've got a lot of respect for Bearsted. I like the way they play. They're a good side. They've got really good individual players, and you know that is a really good performance for 75 minutes tonight. And I thought that we thoroughly deserved to win the game.
Yeah, so we look forward now, Matt, to another home game on Saturday. We had a really good crowd tonight. I think in over 550 odd people, which for a blustery, cold Tuesday night was really good. Hopefully they'll come back for the gate on Saturday, maybe a few more, and we give another performance to cheer them up and carry on coming down here.
Absolutely. Like I say, look, we've got to take, I think sometimes, not us, but you can take for granted what we get here in terms of a fan base. I mean, we've had nearly 600 against Holmesdale. We're not being disrespectful, but there's not many away fans. There's not many away fans here tonight. This is our crowd, and there's nearly over 500 fans on a Tuesday night. Previous Tuesday, I think we had 350 here in a cup game. So, and it does make a difference. It really does make a big difference to the boys and us as staff. And obviously Saturday again, I think it helps. There's no football on the telly. There's no football on the telly really at the weekend. So hopefully we can get another big 600, 700, 800 here on Saturday, because look, I think the players deserve to play in front of good crowds. They've come here. This is part of the reason why we wanted to come here, why the players have come here. We're on a good pitch. We get a decent game of football. And like I say, I think there's not really any kids in the ground tonight. And we're getting between 50 and 100 kids here on a match day. And there's none of them here tonight. So you get them in again on Saturday with their families. And we've got to try and we want to get to that 1,000 people coming in and watching us play. And like I say, Saturday again, Stansfield will bring a few, but it's not going to be many. So we want to try and really make that our sort of 12th man, as a cliche as it is. So yeah, so hopefully they come out again in their numbers on Saturday, and we can give them another display like tonight.
Brilliant, well done, boys. See you Saturday.
See you Saturday. Thanks a lot.